All right, today for the Rock Lansing interviews, we have Mr. Ayron Jones. Welcome. How you doing,
Hey,
man?
buddy. I'm doing great, man. Yeah, sitting in the studio working on some stuff.
Cool, cool. So the first question, did you expect such a massive response from women for Hot Friends?
Absolutely not. Absolutely. I was working with Paul Meany, and he brought that song to me, and it was kind of already laid out and presented to me in that way. I've never thought of myself as being a like a sexy individual in that sense. You know what I mean? So it was kind of a shock, I think, when women took to that song. But I think, as I mentioned before we got cut off before there, I was saying that it's really important to make sure that you kind of cater to the female population and in a way that they can be appreciated and feel appreciated in the music. You know what I mean? So I'm happy it happened, but it was a pleasant surprise for sure.
And the so how did you 'cause I saw you guys last year um open up Evil or you were at Up Evil
Yeah,
and you guys played before Seven Dust and
yeah,
your band is like out of this world, like they're all over the stage.
yeah, man.
So how did you pick your band and how did that come about?
Well, I always handpick the musicians I work with. My bass player's been with me for about 10 years now. And my guitar player's been with me for almost five, and then my drummer's kind of newer. He's been with me for like the last year and a half or so. But I always kind of pick with dudes, try to work with cats that are going to bring an entertainment aspect to the stage. I never just want to be stagnant on that stage or static at all. I want people to feel good and the energy to be all over the place, you know. And so those guys are just kind of been the perfect fit. And not only that, you always want to vibe with people on the road more than anything. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, I think that that's important because those relationships in those long drives and those in the traveling is what plays out on the stage. You know what I mean? And so we're all good friends. We all check in on each other, and it creates a really good vibe. And they bring it on the stage every day. We think of ourselves like a basketball team. We're out here on a mission to make sure that we can rock the world.
Oh, for sure. So is it like the Semisonics or because you're from Seattle? What
Oh, the
is that?
Supersonics, the Supersonics.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
You,
Yeah, I mean
yeah.
that's kind of the mentality we take on for sure. Basketball team mentality.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So the what is it about France that you love so much besides like how much they love you?
I think that's the love affair right there, though. That is the love affair. It's like it's how much we love each other. I think that in America, because of our kind of the fact that we prop up capitalism, I think sometimes our music can take on this commercial kind of sound, and it gets a little homogenized because we're trying to sell records and we're trying to sell singles as opposed to really focusing on the quality of the music. And not to say that we don't have good quality music here, that does often occur, but I think sometimes what happens is the music becomes homogenized. And I think that the Europeans, and namely the French, are always looking at this kind of classic rock art form that we created, and they take to it, and they tend to gravitate to it a little more than the current American diaspora does. You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of part of what the appreciation is we come from the same appreciation of music.
That's cool. So what if there was a dream tour that you could hop onto or be a part of, like what would that be? Like a artist or band that you would be like touring with that would be kind of like your ultimate tour for you.
Ultimate band, ultimate tour, man. I haven't really thought of that too hard, man. I'd probably say like past, present, or future. you know,
Yeah, let's go living or dead. Why not? Why not?
why not? I'd say Prince would be an awesome one, dude. That would be incredible, dude. Rover Prince. My favorite band probably all time though is Rage Against the Machine or Audio Slave, bro. This is a hard question. It's a hard
Yeah.
question. But yeah, those
Um
are three acts I think I would love to tour with.
Audio Slave is incredible. I'm a huge Tom Morello fan, and like I think I like Audio Slave a little bit more than Rage, just because I felt
Mm.
like with Chris Cornell, it just like he brought like I don't know his
Poetry,
yeah, and his voice.
poetry.
I mean, he has probably one of the most powerful voices in rock.
Absolutely, man.
So
Absolutely. Yeah,
um,
man.
but uh, but that's cool, man. That'd been sweet. So who have you enjoyed touring with recently?
Recently, I just came off a tour with Theory of a Dead Man, which was amazing because that was a bit of a reunion for us. I went out with them for my first time back in 2017. Speaking of Tom Morello, I did a show with Tom not too long ago. We were in France, and I got to work with Tom and Judas Priest and Alice Cooper out there. Definitely having popped up with the Rolling Stones a couple times was amazing too. So there's a myriad of different artists I've had to work with. I'd say the most impactful I think was working with Shinedown. Because they we toured with them for about a year in Canada and in the US, and they really helped us get our name out there for the very first time, which was beautiful, man. They taught me a lot about what it meant to be a recording artist and a touring artist in that way, man.
Yeah, I mean those guys are pretty seasoned at
Yeah,
this point. So I've
yeah,
I- I've been a huge like Shinedown fan ever since their first album. I just like I mean he has a great voice like
yeah, man.
and they're just a great band.
Amazing band.
Um what countries would you like to visit that you haven't visited currently?
Dude,
Or
I got some fans in Brazil and in South America I want to hit up. I definitely want to go out to Finland and I want to hit Poland and kind of hit more of Eastern Europe. I've been up that way like one time, but I want to get out there a little more. Definitely want to go back to Japan. I want to hit the Philippines. Where else, man? I want to hit Indonesia. There's a lot of places I want to hit, man. For sure. I want to hit Kenya. I got some fans in Kenya that don't get a chance to see a bunch of American rock artists. So there's quite a few, man. Quite a few places. I mean, as much as we've done. I mean, I've got a chance to play kind of all over the world, but the world's a big place, man. So it's like there's a lot of
yeah.
places I really want to hit up, and a lot of fans out there. Even if it's like 10 people in a room, dude, I want to go and be there for those guys.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean, those sound like awesome places to visit.
Yeah, man.
Um, so what like when you write songs, do you kind of like jam it out, or do you kind of write them solo and then like go to the band with them? How do you kind of work the recording process?
So the band doesn't really record with me because my band is mainly more of my touring band. My bass player's been on a few tracks and things like that, but I haven't really worked with my guitar player or my drummers on any of this more recent stuff. The way that we do it and the way I've been done in more recent years is I get in a room with other musicians, my producers who are usually musicians, and we lay the track down, and then we come back and we lay the lyrics down based on what the track feels like, and then we do the melodies and the chorus, and that always is a different approach for every song. Like sometimes a song has a different, maybe it's the lyric that drives the melody, or drives the track, or the track that drives the lyrics. And so that's typically how we do it, and that's why it's been great. I'm over here working with Eric Lavoie right now over here at London Bridge Studios, and we've done some great work in that way. We're actually working on a track right now that's very similar to that, where we put the music down and then we go back and then write the lyrics. And then I work with Marty Fredrickson down and Evan Fredrickson down in Nashville. And the way that we do it, because Marty and Evan are drummers, they're multi-instrumentalist drummers, guitar players, bassists, and all that. We just sit there and we put a track down, we lay it down right then and there, and we write lyrics to it, sing them, and put everything down on the track at once.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. I think that I think that's how Nirvana did it was they created the music first and then Kurt would lay over the lyrics over it and stuff.
Yeah, man. It's probably the most expedient way to get an album done, to be honest, man. Because if you're a musician and you know how to arrange a song or put something together, even if the arrangement isn't perfect, you always go back and fix it later. But if you're a musician and know how to compose music, it makes it so quick to be able to put some tracks together and just have some fun with the tracks and then come back and lay the lyrics down.
Yeah, so growing up, who were some of the good guitarists you looked up to? I know you touched on Tom Morello and a few
Yeah.
others, but who else have kind of I would say is your major influences?
I come from Jimi Hendrix's neighborhood, so that I'd say Jimmy definitely takes the cake on that one, man. Definitely all the things I took from Jimmy. I listened to like even Steve Vai growing up, man. I got into Stevie Ray Vaughan and Kenny Wayne Shepherd. Albert King, a lot of old blues cats. Muddy Waters. A lot of dudes like that, man. And then Tom Morello, obviously, big time, grunge fan. So listening to all the grunge dudes like Him Thale and, Jerry Cantrell and a lot of cool cats.
Oh for sure. Um, and so a lot of bands like to open with like a ripper, a song to get the crowd going. Is there like a few songs or a song that you like to open up with, like open up your set?
Typically, we always open up with a song called "Boys from the Puget Sound," which is like our ode to Seattle, but it's also just it's a statement and lets you know that we're here. We get into that song, and no matter what the album cycle is, that's like the one we open up with, so people just know we're here and we're planting the flag right then and there, and it's our stage.
And that is like that's homage to like Seattle. Because I was kind of
Yeah,
wondering where like the boys from the Putrid Sound, that's pretty
yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
man.
That's
Well, see, we live in the Puget Sound region, which is so if you're from this area, Western Washington kind of sits on this little channel of water called the Puget Sound, which comes in from the Pacific Ocean and goes all the way down from the border of Canada, all the way down into like Olympia, kind of ish in the middle of the state, basically going south. And so, if you know that song, that's kind of where it comes from.
yeah, like 2 years ago I was out in Seattle and in Portland and like
Yeah,
I went to like the like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame out there
yeah.
was really cool.
Mopop,
Um,
yeah, Mopop,
yeah, Mopop,
yeah,
yeah. They
yeah.
have like a Shannon Hoon statue in there
Uh
and
huh.
stuff. I'm a
Hmm.
huge Blind Melon fan,
Oh yeah, man.
um, but yeah. So I guess the my last question would will be is so somebody that really hasn't heard of you that is interested in coming out to Rock Lansing, just kind of describe what they can get by seeing you live and what to expect, I guess.
I think my biggest goal as an artist, if you're coming out to see me for the first time, is to I'm always trying to make timeless music, man. Timeless rock and roll that's deeply rooted in the heritage of rock. So in your face live music. We don't play with tracks, man. We come out, we're always playing our instruments. We live and die by the live show. And we try to make every show different and unique every single time, man. Our amps are turned up loud, the distortion's up loud, man. And we try to always approach music from that timeless standpoint. And that goes from the guitar playing, the drumming, bass playing, and then my vocals on out, man. We always try to come from a heartfelt place.
Cool, man. I'm stoked to see you Rock Lansing. I know
Yeah,
you're gonna kick some serious ass. But yeah, that's all I have for you today.
yeah, man.
And I just want to say thanks for jumping on for a quick interview, and I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, man. Yeah, we'll see you here in a couple weeks.